Okay, hello everyone. It is Tsuki. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be talking a little bit quieter right now, but I just got done watching the keynote from the fan festival in Paris. Watched it on the Final Fantasy XIV official Twitch channel or whatever. Just got done watching it, and the trailer, the extended Shadowbringers trailer, got released on YouTube as well. So obviously, it's not the first time I've seen it, but I want to watch it again because I watched it and you could hear like the crowd cheering and stuff while it was going on, so it was a little hard to hear what people were saying. So we're gonna watch it again, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's what we're gonna do, and then we're also gonna talk about other information that came out in the keynote, which is pretty exciting as well. Oh wow, this is actually really loud in my headset. This trailer is really good. Like, I really like the first trailer. And I don't know, I have a soft spot for the Heavensward trailer. I just do, but the Shadowbringers trailer is pretty damn good. Now they say extended, but you actually there's just a couple new clips that get spliced into or over footage we've seen. So, but it is fairly interesting. The couple revelations we do get from those new pieces of footage.
How many years have come and gone since that day?
This is also a very curious line I want to talk about as well later, once we finish the trailer.
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm.
Oh, that shot is so good.
For the one they called.
It's not even my favorite shot in the trailer anymore, though. We're getting that minion. We're getting that for the collector's edition too.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
Change in jobs.
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone.
Oh, I lied. We didn't overwrite the footage. It's just spliced in there, so it is
certainly has
extended.
changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Minfilia.
What I say? What did I say?
If history must be unwritten,
I just love when he pulls out the samurai sword. He just swings it and expects the air to do something. I just love that.
become the warrior of darkness.
There we go. Is it gonna show the release date again? Oh yeah, there we go. And we got the release date. July 2nd, which is pretty pretty similar to what Stormblood was June 30th, I think, right? I think it was June 30th. It's been a while. So yeah, that was the trailer. That was pretty cool. I really liked it. It was nice. We got some nice extended things. So first thing I wanted to talk about was the beginning line, actually, right here. It's actually something that was in the original trailer as well. I'm gonna turn this down a bit as well. But he talks about how many years it's been, and it just makes me wonder how many years are actually passing, like, in game as we're doing this.
How many years have come and gone since
It's just
that
like,
day?
how many years could have been, like, I don't know, like a few? Or has it actually been like longer than that? I don't know, that's a very curious line. I've had that floating in my mind for a long time, having seen the first trailer. I just never brought it back up. Yeah, but that's the first thing. The next thing, obviously, we need to talk about is the 2 new clips. Well, we got 1 new clip and got some extended stuff. So we got this clip with Uryonje, or Uryanger, depends on which language you play in.
We may accept this fate.
Now, Matoya says something very interesting here, and obviously it's Matoya in Y'shtola's body.
Deny. I am not wont to run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
Yeah, Y'shtola looks really good right there. She looks really good. Y'shtola is still my favorite, but this is actually really exciting for me because one of my favorite side quests, actually, I'm gonna actually go above that and say it's my favorite. It's above Edda and everything. Is actually one of the smaller side quests that you can do in the Dravanian hinterlands around like the upper 50s while you're progressing through the Heavensward, and it's actually a quest from one of Matoya's brooms, and it's like, I don't remember the exact specifics. It's been a while since I've done it, and unfortunately it's not like something you can go back and redo very easily, although they did announce something that works more for main scenario, but I don't think it'd work for little side quests like this, but we'll talk about that later. But it's you get it from one of Matoya's like magic brooms, and he's like asking about all these things that Matoya does and why she does it. And one of the things she ended up doing was locking away her memories of Y'shtola, and she locks those memories away and hides them like across the hinterlands, like underneath the broken bridge area that leads to the Gubal library. And then the broom's sitting here thinking that Matoya must hate Y'shtola, but we obviously know that it's painful for her to have those memories because she feels lonely without Y'shtola around, and she's obviously not very honest whenever Y'shtola and everyone else comes to visit her. She's just a lonely old woman, poor Matoya. But that's one of my favorite side quests in the entire game, and it's something that no one really ever talks about. Like whenever I'm talking about that quest, nobody ever remembers doing it, or they just kind of skip past it, which is a real shame because it's one of my favorite quests, my favorite side quests in the game. And one of my favorite aspects is also the relationship between Matoya and Y'shtola, and that's something that I feel like just hasn't been developed enough. So it's really exciting to see that Matoya is going to be coming into the main scenario with this. I'm going to be really happy because I think I've been speculating for a long time that Matoya is going to do something at some point and sacrifice herself for Y'shtola at some point, and it might be happening in Shadowbringers, which is super exciting. Based on what Uryanger says, we can infer that Matoya is, for whatever reason, inhabiting Y'shtola's body. Y'shtola is looking like she is in fact a black mage. They talked about that later in the keynote. She is a black mage, and Uryanger is rocking the Astrologian. So very interesting shift there. But for whatever reason, Matoya is inhabiting Y'shtola's bodies, or at least we're inferring that. And one reason for that could be that Y'shtola, having been called, didn't get put back into her body, and she's off doing something else wherever she got called to. That's what they called it, right? The calling or whatever. So Matoya ended up inhabiting her body, and she says she's holding the line for our friend to return. Now that could be Y'shtola, as in returning back from whatever she's doing. Maybe she's all off on her own with Alice, and I guess Alice is not present in this trailer, so she could be gone too, with Y'shtola doing whatever, who knows wherever they've been called to. And then or it could be the Warrior of Light, or I guess the Warrior of Darkness, coming back from whatever it is he's up to. So I don't know, that's very curious. I'm very curious to see what happens. This is actually very exciting for me, as you can tell. And then the other thing is, we got the extended clip with Thancred, and we now know is Minfilia. I'm not entirely sure how it's Minfilia, but remember I did speculate, since of all people Thancred was present in the first iteration of the trailer. I suspected that this girl was in fact Minfilia reincarnated. So I called it. I called it. I mean, I don't know if it was really that difficult to figure out, but I called it. You know, it's something that it was a theory that I thought up on my own right when the trailer came out. So I'm pretty proud of myself. So I'm just pat myself on the back. But that's very interesting. I'm really liking this dynamic. We're getting more on the Scions, like more depth to the Scions, which is something really cool. If we're going to be focusing more on Thancred's relationship with Minfilia and Y'shtola's relationship with Matoya, then I'm actually going to be very excited, because I really like Thancred and Y'shtola, but they just haven't really had much to do in the main story for a while. In fact, Y'shtola literally got Y'shtola literally got benched for like all of Stormblood, because she took one for Lys over in Rauger's Reach at the very start. So it's gonna be really cool to see these characters get brought back into the forefront of the main story, because I really like these characters. I really want to see more of them. So I'm actually really excited for that. And that's really all we have to talk about with the extended trailer. Now I did actually watch the full keynote, and there's a lot of other stuff in there that we can touch on. I'm not going to go over it entirely. I'm sure there's other people. I'm pretty sure Mr. Happy will make like an hour-long video talking about it in detail that you can probably watch later on. But I do want to talk about it and give my own thoughts as well. So we got our first announcement. We're going to get multiple jobs. I don't think anyone saw that as a surprise. The way they were talking, they sounded like there's only going to be one other job, but that could just be, I mean, things just lost in translation, or just how they chose to word it. But at the very least, we know we're getting at least 2 new jobs coming into Stormblood, or not Stormblood, Shadowbringers. It's going to be really hard to get adjusted to that coming into Shadowbringers. Although, you know, I think that's fine. I think it'd be really cool if we got 3 jobs. But despite Blue Mage being a limited job that just came out a few weeks ago, I mean, it still probably took quite a bit of development power for them to make that happen. So I can't really blame them too much if they don't churn out 3 new jobs for us. And honestly, Gunbreaker looks pretty damn cool. So it's a tank, uses the gunblade, and I don't know, I'm really looking forward to it. It actually looks really, really cool. If Dark Knight gets reworked into something that's more fun to play, and Gunbreaker ends up being really cool, then tanks are going to be a lot more enticing to play. I haven't really played a whole lot of tanking, done a whole lot of tanking in Stormblood as much as I did in Heavensward. So I'm actually going to be looking forward to getting into tanking in Shadowbringers, especially with this new job. It looks really cool. They showed off some new zones. They showed off the what was it? The Rock Tika Greatwood, which looks really cool. It's kind of like a swampy, like overgrown wood type area. Reminds me of like the swamp from Avatar: The Last Airbender a little bit, except it looks way prettier. And we also have El Meg, which is like kind of like a fantasy land, like something you'd see out of like a Compile Heart video game, like something right out of like Hyperdimension Neptunia or Record of Agrest War or something like that. And there's also going to be pixies, right? Pixies in El Meg. They're going to be the new beast tribe. Were they called pixies? I don't remember. I think they were. And Koji even made up a whole new language for them to speak called Fae, which sounds really interesting. I'm actually very intrigued by that. They also revealed the new primal for the pixies, which is going to be Titania, which she looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm very curious to see how she plays into the story. And they did say also that this is Titania herself is actually a big part of the Shadowbringers story. So think along the lines of like Ravana and Bismarck and how they were incorporated into the story, and less of things like the Warring Triad, which were kind of just their own side quests after the Heavensward story kind of moved on from them. So yeah, think of that. We got the Viera announcement. We all knew Viera was coming. I mean, they put Fran in the game. We all knew Viera was coming. We didn't see any male Viera. I don't recall if they actually said if Viera was going to be female only, but we got footage of the Viera. I think that's actually also on the Final Fantasy 14 trailer. We can go look at that probably, or the channel. Yeah, it's right here. So we got the Viera. They look cute, they look sexy, so if you've been looking forward to playing Viera, here they are. It's actually kind of loud. I'm going to turn this down a bit. Yeah, so didn't show off any male Viera, which they do exist. There are male Vieras, I'm pretty sure. They're just more rare and secluded than the females are. But yeah, I kind of figured that ever since we moved on from 1.0 with Rokuden's being only male only and Mikote being female only back in 1.0, and then them adding in the other genders when we got to Realm Reborn, that we'd kind of move on past gender locked races. But I don't know, maybe we'll have to wait and see if more information comes out about the Viera later. But Viera officially announced. I don't think anyone was very surprised about that. And then yeah, there's the Viera. We'll let this play out. We also got news about the collector's edition. Got a cool Dark Knight statue figure thing, kind of like we got the Dragoon one back in Heavensward, I believe. And then we had the Xenos one for Stormblood, right? Yeah, it was that. And then the Shiva one was just something you could buy later on if you wanted, I think, which I kind of want that one. I still kind of want that one. It's really expensive, but I kind of want that one. They had like playing cards, which I actually just want the playing cards, but I'm not sure if I want to pay for the whole thing just to get the playing cards. And there's the art book. I think there was like a cling, like a sticker cling, they said. And then obviously you got the bonus items. You got a Fran minion, a new mounts. I think Squall's Gunblade for the new Gunbreaker job. And then we had pre-order bonuses, was like the Gremlin minion, like I was talking about from the trailer, and also the new Aetheryte earrings, which are going to increase your EXP gain all the way from 1 to 70, and also it's going to periodically update its stats depending on what level you are, which sounds really cool. I mean, we have the Alamegan earrings right now, but the Aetheryte earrings look pretty cool, and the functionality is pretty nice. It also just means that if you actually get a hold of these earrings, there'll be no reason to buy earrings from 1 to 70 anymore. So yay for crafters. I don't think crafters really care. They make all the money from endgame stuff anyway. But my favorite announcement, actually, like more than seeing Matoya and Y'shtola coming into the story and seeing that I was right about young Minfilia reincarnated or whatever, my favorite part of the keynote was this. This is my favorite part of the keynote. This. So they started talking about the new high-end raids, and they said that wasn't ready yet, which gets me more excited for that, because it just makes me wonder what exactly that could be when we see this. So then they started talking about the Alliance raid. They had Yusuke Saito come up as one of the like new like guest designers, guest developers, whatever, for the new Alliance raid. So you had 2 guest developers working on Return to Ivalice, and that was pretty good. Like I liked Return to Ivalice. I didn't really play tactics, so I wasn't that invested in it as much as I imagine people who did play tactics would be. I only played 12, so and I also didn't play 11. So I wasn't actually as invested in that. But they had Yusuke Saito come up, and then they had Yoko Taro come up, and at that point I'm all like, they're not gonna do it, and then they did it. We have a NieR collaboration that is going to be based for our Alliance raid, and that is really cool. That's something we haven't really seen before in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, not too long ago, we had the Monster Hunter collaboration, right? But that was like kind of like its own trial thing, and we had like the Final Fantasy 13 one, which was like a series of fates and a couple cutscenes. What else do we have? We've had like Dragon Quest ones, I think. We've had a few collaborations in the past, but they've all been kind of really small events, you know. The biggest one before this was the Monster Hunter one, which gave us its own new trial, which was really cool. But this is part of our, you know, regular content updates. This is 3 full-blown raids. That's going to be 12 bosses, and it's based in the NieR universe. That's really cool. I don't know, I'm super excited. This is my favorite announcements from the keynote. This has got me really excited, and it makes me wonder what could possibly be the high-end raids, because if this is what they have, maybe it's something original, or maybe they're collaborating with some other big big series for their high-end raids. So I don't know. I'm really excited about this. I imagine that all the people who like to cosplay as 2B is gonna be really happy if we get her outfit to where it's dyed white, or I guess like silver in this one, but that is her outfit. I know a lot of people who walk around with like the Bard PvP gear, and then they got the little blindfold from the side quest you could do over in the Alamegan quarters or whatever, and they're just walking around pretending they're 2B. I bet they're gonna be really happy when they see this. This is my favorite announcement. This is super cool. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I was pretty excited when I saw Shadowbringers announcement and got to, you know, see Blue Mage. Blue Mage is kind of come and gone by now. I mean, it's in the game. I have mixed feelings about it. But having seen this keynote, actually, I took tomorrow off work just so I could stay up and watch it. I'm really glad I did, because it was great. I'm super hyped. I'm super excited for it now. It's really cool. I don't know, I somehow got on here and started talking for over 20 minutes. It's insane. But yeah, I am more hyped than I have ever been for Final Fantasy 14 in a long time. And this includes all of Stormblood, by the way. Like, Stormblood sounded cool before it came, and you know, it's been fine, you know, but it didn't really reach the same heights as Heavensward for me. But I really do think that Shadowbringers can match and possibly exceed the experience that I got with Heavensward. Heavensward is great. It was great, and so if Shadowbringers can bring that quality back to the table, I am going to be super happy about it. So yeah, and I think that's most of the major announcements. They recapped some of the stuff they talked about earlier in Las Vegas, like about the level cap and everything. They're talking about revamping the battle system again, but we're gonna have to wait until their live letter in May before we get some more concrete details about that. I am curious to see what they're gonna do, because they kind of did a lot of weird stuff with Stormblood. See, now I'm mixing up Stormblood with Shadowbringers. You can't. You know, it's the SB. Okay, it's the SB. They're too similar. But really messed up things with the battle system, because they cut a lot of stuff. They put a lot of stuff in the role actions, and then they limited you to only 5, and then they said screw it, and you guys can have all 10 now. So I don't know. I'm really curious to see what they're going to be doing and how they're going to be reworking that. They talked about the world visiting system again. Said it's going to be ready for, or planning to be ready for patch 4.57, which should probably be about like a month or two before Shadowbringers actually releases. So we'll have that. Also, they talked about another thing, the pre-order bonuses, which would be the Gremlin Minion and the 8th Rite earring being available a little before Shadowbringers release, so you could use it to level up all your any other jobs that you might have neglected leveling at that point to 70. Obviously, all of my jobs and classes are 70 on my main, but Luana and Estella definitely need to get some levels on them as well. So yeah, that was the keynote from the Fan Festival in Paris 2019. I really hope that I get to go to one of these in person, probably for the next set of expansions, I would imagine, is probably when I would consider putting in the time and effort to make plans to go. It sounds really fun to do that, honestly. But I am really glad that this year they're actually letting you watch things for free on their official stream. So yeah, it was really cool watching all of that. I'm not sure if you'll be able to catch all of that later, but I'm sure that there'll be plenty of outlets talking about all this information as well to get you any other details you might have missed. And obviously, we got some of the footage that came out of the keynote. I think just about all of the footage that came out of the keynote should be available on the Final Fantasy XIV main page YouTube channel, so you can check that out at your leisure. So yeah, it is now almost 3:30 in the morning, so I think I should probably cut the video short and get to bed. Now I'm gonna go play some Resident Evil 2. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get my S+ ranks on hardcore, and it's pretty hardcore. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna play some more Final Fantasy XIV in the morning once Daily Reset hits, because I am pumped to play this game again. I'm just super excited with all these announcements. I said it, I feel like I've been complaining about not having a NieR collaboration forever. Like I especially got very upset when I saw that Soul Calibur 6 got NieR and we still hadn't had NieR in Final Fantasy XIV, and we were at Square Enix property, and I was like, come on, we need NieR. But it was worth the wait. Okay, it's gonna be worth the wait for this. I'm so happy about this. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now before I ramble on for any longer. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you're getting excited for Shadowbringers as I am. 5 months out, a little less than 5 months. They were joking about that in the keynote, about how it's 5 months away, but early access is actually a little before then. Like, it's June 28th, I think, was early access. Tentatively, they said. It might change, and then the official release date July 2nd. So it's actually literally 5 months away from when I'm recording this on February 2nd. So it's not that far out. We're almost there. So thank you all for watching. Have a good morning, I guess, when you see this, and I'll see you guys in another video. Sayonara. Bye bye.